Come on, that has to be it. So I just finished the storylines, Derek Jeter storylines. That is, they were quite enjoyable, but I do enjoy the Negro League storylines way more. They were way more fun. Maybe it's because I'm a kind of a Yankees hater, let's be honest, but they were still nice, and it was interesting to see the Yankees a little bit more, even though it wasn't as appealing as I think it could have been. It wasn't as energetic as Bob Kendrick does. The energy in the Negro League storylines that are just awesome, and it's just much more interesting history than the Yankees and Derek Jeter, in my honest opinion. So there's that in my storylines review. But yeah, the Negro Leagues are awesome, and I hope there's more, which I think there is. There were just 4 storylines, and I'm pretty sure there should be some more coming in the next seasons, or sets, or I don't know how the fuck they are calling it now. What do I like the most here? 1994. I mean, 1994, 1944. And these Kansas City All Nations. We have a cornerstone for our franchise. Byron Buxton, Greg Maddux, Corey Senga, or Nolan Arenado. I always enjoyed Arenado cards, so I might go with Nolan here. So that is that. And now we get 7 more packs to open here. Jonathan India, alright, and another jersey, which I could sell. Jake Diekman. I mean, it is something, I suppose. Brandon Lowe, alright, a bounce back candidate this season. Jose Cuas. Keegan Curtis. Cedric Mullins, okay, that's a cool pool, I suppose, at least. Always like Mullins cards. But who doesn't, really? Oh, can we get a diamond here? If it's gonna work, guys. Nope. Ah, catch. Freeze. Freeze. Okay, Seiya Suzuki. Alright. That's cool. That's cool. We get some cards. Let's see what the best squad possible is in here, and then I'll go to do the team affinity stuff. Wait, how the fuck do you generate the best lineup? Can you not do that anymore? Or I guess you can do that anymore, actually. What? Alright, let's do it. Let's do it normal way. I'm gonna go Mullins because I like him. I mean, does it make even sense to create this when I'm more likely not going to be using any of these cards? What do we need actually? Do we need Roberto? Does he have? He's a reward path card. I'm pretty sure this Rafael Palmeiro has some quest, so he's gonna slide into the first base. We also have Cal Manzardo, which is another first baseman, so of course he's gonna go to the DH spot then. And then I guess we can go Josh Gibson normally, Nolan Arano at third, Paul O'Neill or Roberto. How many righties and lefties do we have? We have a lot of lefties, so I guess I should go Roberto Clemente here. Try him out for sure. And Austin Hayes here. What else do we have here? We have Rube Foster as a pitcher. We have a Greg Maddux here. Solid rotation for a start, and Brian Wu, a guard here. Let me do the best bullpen there is. I'm not gonna put it in order, honestly. Pete Fairbanks. Trevor, Stefan. And we still obviously have these guys. So do we want to... Can I push them in there somewhere? I for sure can do this, and I'm gonna play Tony Stone because she was awesome to use. What are the you need to have 4 out of 5 hitters under 45 speed on your squad. Okay, and we have 3 Negro League players. So yeah, let's get this boost. And I'm gonna go grind some Team Affinity stuff. And I'll be back then.
So, I'm here to share some thoughts about the storylines. I really recommend playing it for yourself, obviously, because it does not take that long. If you don't care about the story, it really takes, I don't know, man, maybe, I mean, you could get it done in an hour or two, I would say. And even if you care and you want to watch all of them, I would say the storylines of Jeter and the Negro League players, you can get it done by, I would say, maybe 4 hours. If you're good, if you're bad, you can struggle with hitting a home run with Buck Leonard, as you can see with me later on in this video, where, well, you can see the highlights of me playing it sped up as fast as fuck, just so there's a background with MLB The Show. And I really want to talk about the storylines because I feel like it's such a great addition, and it makes, an appealing, obviously, story about things that, a casual MLB fan or a guy that has gotten into baseball fairly, not that long ago, let's just put it that way, right? Obviously can enjoy the history lesson, and, you can just gain more knowledge, and knowledge is always good, even though sometimes, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss, so maybe having more knowledge is not as good, so you can debate me on that if you want, but I really just want to point out that play those storylines, it's not that long, even, if you don't care about it, those cards at least are pretty fun, especially if you don't want to spend early on a 90 overall Josh Gibson, 90 overall Hank Aaron or Henry Aaron, a 90 overall Tony Stone. You can get those 85s, you can get a 86 overall Rube Foster, which gives you a really good boost on all of them. They're all pretty much 88s with the boost, and I've used them quite a bit. As you can see on the screen, there are my stats with them. They've been really good for me, and I really just like Josh Gibson has that beautiful swing, and he has the beautiful crack of the bat, which if you play the storylines, you know. If you don't, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the sound of the bat is just beautiful for Josh Gibson, or at least to me, obviously. We all have subjective tastes, but for me, it's beautiful. Tony Stone is an awesome player. She's a really good contact hitter, and I just, like her swing. So, yeah, she's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to actually use the 90 overall as soon as I can. Maybe I should buy it and make a video using the 90 overall Tony Stone in online or something like that. We'll see. Maybe we should do that. But yeah, I like it, and it's a good early boost. And I feel like, I usually rush everything in these games, and want to be as good as everyone else, and have team affinity done as fast as everyone else and everything. But if you're playing no money spent, or if you're doing, if you're just playing for fun, just take your time with it, man, and enjoy the storylines, man. It can put you up in a better mood, I would say, than just grinding constantly and obviously, trying to get there as fast as possible. Gotta appreciate the journey to, enjoy the destination, in my opinion. And yeah, I've grinded out some Team Affinity stuff already because I have the time. Obviously, it's the weekend. But hey, it's no money spent. Play with as much time as you can. If you're, if you're privileged like me, you can play more. If you're not, just hey, play that 1 hour. Get yourself, just into the right spots. At the end of the day, if you want to earn for Team Affinity, just play with regular MLB players. Don't play with the storylines cards, unless they're obviously the Yankee storylines cards with Derek Jeter. And if you want to just have fun with the Negro League cards, I recommend doing that too, because I did, and obviously I have more time than some. Obviously not as much time as maybe the other content creators, but the Negro League cards are really fun, and I really recommend just at least using them for a bit, man. If you want to spice things up and You know, not just, hey, I have to play this card because I need to grind, and I need to get this as soon as possible, and I need to get Team Affinity done as soon as possible. I get that. There are obviously a lot of videos how you can do that as fast as possible, whether it's by playing, obviously you can play mini seasons maybe, you can do a lot of things. But I would recommend just, you know, taking it a little slow. Don't rush everything, because hey, it usually takes a lot of the joy out of it, in my opinion. And obviously, this is my subjective once again subjective experience. That's the word I'm looking for. But I'm sure there are a lot of people like me that have felt the pressure to get it done as soon as possible, to just be obviously, you know, as caught up as possible with everyone else, and to be better than, you know, everyone else with all the stuff they can get in Diamond Dynasty or in the show, or in other obviously Ultimate Team and sports games. And I feel like that can also take a lot of fun out of it. And hey, I played the storylines, and I feel like I've had the most fun grinding Conquest since I started playing, which obviously have been just 2 shows. And obviously you might just not have the time for it. You might just want to get Team Affinity done and don't care about storylines. I get that, but I just want to recommend it. I think it's a really good addition to the show. I really loved it last year, loved it more this year, even though I think the Jeter storylines were a little maybe longer than I needed, or not as, I would say, not as charming as the Negro League storylines are, with obviously the beautiful narration by Bob Kendrick, but they still got Jeter. There was some insight, and I mean, the build-up was fairly fine, and obviously there are more things coming in the upcoming seasons, or in the upcoming chapters of seasons. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, and I hope there are more Negro League storylines coming also, because I want to learn more, man. I really like learning about these players, and I hope, you know, the cards continue to be viable. And this early on they are, and they're fun to use, especially, like I said, Josh Gibson is awesome. Tony Stone is awesome. I did not use the Buck Leonard even, really, so I should try him out, honestly, and let you know, which I'll do in the Conquest I'm playing now, which is the last Conquest I have to do. I'm not sure I'm not sure which one is it, but I have only one more to do, which is a little bit of a spoiler for the No Money Spent shit, but I think not many people are watching it this far, so I think I can spoil a little bit. But yeah, so there's that. The storylines are fun, awesome. Obviously, you can space them out more than I did. I kind of also, you can say, rushed them, and went through all of them pretty much on day one. But I think you can space them out maybe a little more than I did, and just have it, you know, just if you're frustrated or if you're not feeling it, I would recommend just putting that one on, putting the storylines on, and just get back into the groove, learn some baseball history if you don't know it. If you do, obviously you don't have to you don't have to listen to it, but I recommend it, man. I think it puts you in a good baseball mood. And yeah, that's the second episode of No Money Spent done. Leave a like if you want. If you don't, that's also fine, man. I understand. At the end of the day, we're all trying to hear, just entertain, or I would say for me, it's more about finding myself and trying things out, and, you know, putting more effort into things that I can control. And I hope you enjoyed the weird compilations and the weird stuff in the video, and my talk over the storylines. And I'll be back tomorrow with the Team Affinity Conquest video 1, Conquest video 2 maybe. Also, we'll see how much time I have. Obviously, I don't have time to play, edit, learn for school. I have to do it a little bit. You know, there's a lot of things I also have to do with my mind. I really try to, you know, do better to take care of myself, since I have the privilege and the opportunity to do so, even though, like I said, sometimes ignorance is bliss, man, and I feel like I know too much sometimes. But let's not turn this into a, you know, wokeness political video, because shit, I'm woke and that's it, man. At the end of the day, hope you are kind to yourself and to others. I recommend buying the show. I really do. Obviously, don't spend money on packs, but if you enjoy baseball, I feel like there is no better and overall, there is no better sports game in my opinion that does, does the casual player as well as the show does. So there's that. The grind can be a little tough, but hey, if you have an hour, just play an hour, and hey, do whatever you feel. No, don't feel pressured to grind this, this, and that. Just have fun with it, man. If you don't want to grind, just put your favorite player in there and just play. And if you do want to grind, obviously there are videos for it, and my videos are somewhat for it also. But I would say I don't take it as seriously as others, because I also do have the privilege of time. So let me not keep contradicting myself. I already talked longer than I wanted to, really. Like I said, be kind to others. If you enjoy the show, please leave a like, subscribe. It could actually mean something to me, even though I try to not get caught up in that. I just try to create because I want to try to create at the end of the day. But shit, man, I'll see you all with next No Money Spent video tomorrow, most likely.